So here's the thing. Question is, am I going to have to trim my frame? Stick around to find out in this channel, in this video. So here it is. After careful measurements that have taken so many times that it's not even funny, what I didn't account for was the lip around the frame. These Chinese frames and these measurements. So I have the specific measurements, which is in the width is 140 millimeters, which is like it's tight. I don't know how Chinese manufacturers get 140, 145. Okay, so they don't get 150. They get 140, 145. That's the measurement they get for that frame. Yet 140 millimeters is like the maximum. You can't even clear the nipples for the screws when you screw them into the frame. Okay, it's like I'm gonna have to shave that down because I don't want to have the battery being rubbed against and punctured and cause a short circuit. That's how tight it is.
Speed camera ahead.
And it's funny because I took the measurements and I have a rectangle battery going into it. Okay, and it's funny because I was talking with this YouTuber on an Instagram yesterday, and he was asking me all these questions about what battery can I squeeze in the frame, this and that, blah blah blah. I said, look, the system that you have, you know who I'm talking about. The system that you have, it's ridiculous at 150 amps. It's just so powerful that if you put a 30 amp hour battery at 72 volts, you know, you're gonna have a thrill for a couple minutes, and the battery is gonna be depleted. So of course the questions were, well, what kind of battery can I squeeze in? And here thinking it's a really tight fit, and I went with the measurements that I picked up from my frame. Oh, somebody got a speeding light camera. So I picked up this measurement from the frame and from the manufacturer. 140 is a squeeze, and I would go down 135. 140. The question is right now, am I going to have to trim the frame? That's the magical question. Now here's the thing. So since the battery is a rectangle that I have ordered, remember, it's about $1,400 that is invested in this battery. So it's not like it can take the battery apart or do whatever it is that people think I can do, or you guys think I can do. So the only one way to find out is, one, to wait until I get the battery, two, trim the frame. That's all there to it. All right, so these are the measurements, okay? 140 in width, 320 in length. So 140 is about 5.5 inches. 320 is about 12.5 inches. And 208 is about 8 inches, 8.07. Okay? And this is going to be the height. So in reality, when I try to measure the 8-inch from the top to the bottom, the highest point in the frame I can put that battery in there. There is enough space. Here's a problem. Here's the problem with this fucking road right now and my battery and a frame. Unbelievable. Every day I do this, man. My suspension is all screwed up because of this. Alright, anyway, going back to what we were talking about. So, here's the problem. The fit is perfect. The fit is right. Okay? The problem is the design. The design for the frame is just backwards. Why would anybody put such a big or such a high lip around the frame? Alright, so besides that the battery is heavy as fuck, excuse my French, because not that I'm upset, but I'm not happy, right? Because I have to modify all this shit because the frame is fucking backwards, right? So not that this frame is heavy as fuck, and not that this frame, the way it's been designed, is just retarded. Also has this humongous lip that goes around, and these side panels are like fucking 50 pounds each. It's crazy. I originally was thinking I can put some sort of plexiglass that is unbreakable, which there are few there. You know, it's a possibility of having one. Stay more durable, and they'll be definitely much lighter. Now, so when I take this battery, right, I can from the height, I will be able to put the battery in. Now, if I put it, because now remember, I gotta, flip it, twist it, all kinds of things, right? So if I do that, the 140 millimeters doesn't give me lots of space to play with. So it literally has, even if you go a little bit on an angle, that 140 millimeters is like a tight fit. So the reality is, if I had the frame where I can drop it from the top just like this, because that's how this was measured. That's how all these manufacturers measure these frames. Perfect fit. Now, yeah, I could have gone with perfect fit minus whatever it is, but then I wouldn't be able to use the whole thing, but I wouldn't have a problem either, but that just would be a lots of space wasted, lots of cells, reduction. So knowing that, I knew that I'm going for the maximum capacity, and like I said, if I went anything under 140 millimeters, which is 5.5, I mean, I could have done with 5 inches. And here's the thing, right? Here's a kicker. If this Chinese manufacturer went with the exact measurements I gave them, exact measurements, that means 140 millimeters by 320 by 208, which is 5.5 inch, 12.5 inch by 8 inch, okay, in height, I am going to be okay. Now, the minute this manufacturer had gone above 140 millimeters, I am screwed, because that's the width of the frame. Now, when I say I'm screwed, there's always a way around it, okay? It's only metal, and everything is doable, okay? Again, this YouTuber from Jersey, he, besides that, he did a second battery, which came out fucking awesome. In a controller box underneath the bike, he put a second battery, so that came out great. But here's the thing. So even if they if they go beyond 140, which man, which kind of sucks, right? But when and if that happens, I'll address that and I'll shoot a video about it. But if these guys have the measurements that I give them, I'm good, right? I'll modify the frame. I'll again. I was speaking about the YouTuber. He literally, when you have the nipples around where the 6,000 Allen screws go inside the frame, which is retarded. He literally kept the nipples but cut the lip all the way around, the top and the bottom, and he was able to squeeze his battery. If I cut that lip, okay, and just leave the nipples so I can attach the screws and keep the panels the way they are, I am going to able to maneuver that 140 millimeters into that frame, because literally if I cut those not the nipples, I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough space to maneuver with the nipples on, that I'm not gonna have to cut any off, but I can still keep 4 nipples on a side. I can actually keep 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 1 at the bottom, 1 at the bottom. So I can keep that many, okay, and still be able to keep the panels on. All right, so not a crazy thing, right? So now he did the same exact thing. She's like, dude, my battery was so big I had to cut the nipple, well, not the nipples, but I had to cut the lip down, trim the lip down. So he did, and literally this battery, oh come on, these people, the way they drive, this battery just fits perfectly in there, you know? It just smoothly lays in there. You will put it, it will be right in there. It will be a perfect fit, just the way it was measured, a perfect fit without the lip, because I'm not sure why would anybody put that lip. It's not going, the battery is not going to fall out, it's not going to do anything. But again, you know, this was a design that somebody came out and says, look, it's a great looking frame. You know, besides the disadvantages of being very heavy, besides of the side panels being extremely heavy, and besides of this entire frame just being, oh, he just hit him. He just hit him. Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. And this is city. Oh, he just hit this guy. Damn, brother. Yeah, he's pissed. Because these dumb trucks, man, they you know, they gotta drive the way they're driving. Anyway, it is what it is. That's what happens with these truck drivers, man. They freaking don't care. But this driver,
Speed camera ahead.
whatever, don't get too close to the trucks. You know, that was an accident. Anyway, so yes, besides all these disadvantages, this is what you got to deal with. And again, you know, another one squeezing in. Jesus, what is with this New York City today? So, you guys need to stay tuned and see if I'm going to have to trim this frame. If I'm going to trim the lip around the frame. And again, you know what I'm talking about. If you ordering this frame, which one of the my YouTubers have, we just talked on Instagram, and I gave it different types of scenarios and measurements. You might have to go to 130 millimeters in width, because if you don't want to trim the frame, you're going to be totally fine at 130 rather than 140. Every battery I see ready to use has 140 millimeters and 150 or 155. 140 is a perfect fit, okay? Now, if you keep it at 140 and you take it to, let's say, I mean, look, in reality, the original box from the frame is 140 millimeters. So, like, hello. But you can keep it at 130 and at 8-inch height, and probably at 10-inch length. You're gonna be totally fine because I got 12. So you're losing 2 inches, and it's fine. Look, like I said, it's a perfect fit. It's a perfect squeeze. Now the question is, can I take my time, all right, to put it in? What totally sucks is when winter comes in and you got to storage your battery, because obviously you don't want to freaking have the battery outside stored. It has to be in a dry, warm environment, which is your house, and not your backyard in the winter when it's minus 30. Freezing weather is not great. It's really bad for the cells. So come on, you talk about $1,400 fucking Panasonic cells, $1,400. You think I'm gonna store it outside in the winter? There's no way I'm doing that. There's no way. So I gotta come out with an idea where, the battery, I do not have to hustle myself for an hour to either take it out or put it back in. That's why this is an issue. That if this squeeze is so tight, I don't want to do where every time I'm taking the battery in or out, I'm damaging the battery. I don't want that. I'm scraping, I'm scratching, doing all kinds of things. I don't want that. Okay? That's why I don't really care about the frame. You can always get a frame. It's only $250. But you could never fucking spend another $1,400 on a fucking battery. Right? So here's the thing. I'm originally thinking of cutting out the big piece on the top, because the newer frame, the top is plastic. So I'm already thinking of cutting that piece out. Okay, once I have to trim the frame, cutting that piece out, putting plexi, nice stable plexi, which I already have from work, and putting nice voltage meter for my battery. I'm already thinking about that. I'm thinking that it is going to, look, it's not going to take a major weight off of my bike, but it's going to be nice where I can change it, I can install additional things, even a charger on the top, waterproof. Because right now the charger that it comes with this frame is retarded, right? So here's the thing. So the major improvement that I would do to this frame, it will be the side panels that are so heavy, and there is no need for it. If I can get a good replacement for those two panels, I'll be the happiest man ever. Okay? Going a little bit too fast. So this is my final thought, and my goal would be to replace the top of the frame and replace the side panels with less weight. That will improve my weight to the frame. That will be the biggest step I can take towards this battery and this frame. If I can find something, a plexiglass that will not crack or break, okay, when the battery is inside, and be still stable. Look, I can put a panels on a side like that, but again, it would make it heavy, so I don't want that. Okay. Look, there is a way to do it, and that's going to take time. Again, I'm trying to fit the second battery. I haven't got the first battery yet. I haven't fit the first battery. I'm already going for second battery. But you know what? That's why these bikes are always projects. And at the end, you come out with this perfect machine that gives you great distance and it gives you great speed, But here's the thing. Again, but here's the thing: it's like it's never ending goddamn videos. 20 minutes already. This is going to be the goal with this frame. Okay, I gotta finish. 20 minutes is way too long. Nobody's gonna watch this for 20 minutes. Me babbling and shit about the frame. But this is so important that these manufacturing measurements they are from manufacturers, and they are to the tip that you would literally have to have no lip around the frame whatsoever to put it in. Okay. So we'll take both panels out. We'll try to squeeze or drop the battery in, and literally there's nothing to squeeze because the battery's pretty big. I saw the pictures from the China manufacturer that did it for me. The battery's pretty big, okay, and if they kept the same size and everything or under, I'm gonna be okay. So I'm not gonna be catastrophic, okay. And we'll see if I have to cut this or if I have to trim this frame. We'll see. Come on, get the hell off my fucking lane, dumbass. Fucking, I'm telling you, when these people drive, man, they're like, look, another one cutting a corner. Jesus, bro. Good thing I have a camera in my car. Anyway, so that's the question. Stick around because I'm not making a 30-minute video. Stick around and comment down below. Do you think that I'm going to have to trim the frame, cut the lip, and what do you think? Am I going to be able to squeeze into the original frame, or am I going to have to trim, cut, and do all kinds of things like that? Stick around, share the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and make sure you get notifications for future videos. Adios. Be safe. Drive safe.